Hey everyone, how you going? INFJ Ultra Hayoka. Good to see you here, brother. Um, it's another Sunday weekly chat. Um, don't know like where it's all going to go today, but I got a few points I want to just start talk about my week and then open it up to the chat and just chat until we, you know, um, think that we've had long enough time. You know, sometimes they go for hours, so it's pretty amazing. Um, One thing I've noticed with my last week is I haven't been focused, and the last few weeks I've been triggered and lost a couple of days each week, um, which has been upsetting. So I've really got to work on um, dealing with triggers better. But I mean, it's part of what I got to live with, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. So I guess what I've got to focus on is focus more when I'm in a good flow state, and also focus on when I do get triggered to really do those things to really get back on track as quick as possible and not lose too many days. Um, you know, I yeah, Ultra Hayoka says, yeah, the beanie explains everything. He was talking about how in the thumbnail it looked like I was already there for the stream, and and I said, yeah, no, I'll be there. It'll just be a different shirt. And then he goes, yes, the beanie. It explains everything. So yeah, maybe the beanie is this is like a time travel device. So I'm able to travel to the future with it. I don't know, like I haven't worked out how to travel back to the past yet. So um, but it certainly helps me traveling towards the future. Um, so what else happened this week? I had some positives. I Ultra Hayoka says, "Look, that's so cool." Yeah, mate. I this is a magic beanie. um, so I'm already smiling, and you know, even though I've had a rough week for half the week, I'm smiling now. Red Rose is here. Hey, y'all, says Red Rose. How you going, Red Rose? Good to see you here. I'm just doing my, starting up, going through what I've gone through in the week. So yeah, I did manage to go do 2 sunsets this week, which is really good. And if I can manage two twice a week, that can be um, awesome. And it's my main self care, nurturing nature therapy type thing. And I recorded the both of the sunsets, and I put them up on my YouTube channel. And I've had a lot of people really love it, so I'm going to keep doing that. Um, so you know, I'm keeping it open for this week. This next week is to really get back on track. Um, I did turn to alcohol last week, and there was a couple of times where I drank alcohol, and I'm, um, I want to get back on the no drinking. So that's going to be hopefully, it was the triggers that was the cause of me sort of take like drinking the alcohol, and so I'm not going to get too upset about it because it's now in the past and I'm moving forward. Um, so if I do get triggered this week, and I most likely will, I'll really make an effort not to turn to drinking alcohol. Um, because I want to stay. I want to be sober now for like 6 month period at least, or a couple of months, you know. And I need to be doing. I need to be sober so I can do this course that I'm doing. And it's very difficult to do. You know, I mean, I know I can do it, but the difficulty is what I was saying is I can easily have breaks from it, but then if I get triggered, then I will turn to it. So I need to be stronger to do the other things to stop that. Um, you know, I've had a bit of insomnia, not too bad, but like not as bad as it was a few weeks ago. Um, so with the sunset videos too, like I'll keep putting them up on this channel, but I started a new channel. So if anyone wants to join that one, it will only be nature videos. It'll just be videos of the sunset or a tree blowing in the wind, leaves falling from trees, maybe a stream of water in a creek or something like that. Birds and nature sounds, wind and all that. So I'll put it in. I'll put the link in the chat here. So if anyone wants to go there and subscribe, that'd be awesome. You know, again, like that channel, I'm not, you know, wanting to monetize it or anything. I just want to put these videos out there, and that can be just nature videos. But what I'm going to do is I'll still put the nature videos on this channel as well. So yeah, I'll finish up. We've already got people here, like, so I'll finish up going through sort of my week now, and we can just start chatting about whatever it is we start chatting about tonight. Um, you know, I will. One thing I wrote here is I will try and make my content here a little bit less heavy and more constructive. Like I have put some videos up lately that, you know, I had to make those videos. I was going through and I had to share them. But you know, at the same time, I want to try and make more of the videos that are on this channel, more of my live streams where I'm talking about topics, more of a constructive thing somehow. But at the same time, you know, like, you know, if I'm going through struggles and I need to feel like I need to share it, then I will do that. So it's something I've been trying to decide what to do. So yeah, hey, Paula's here. How you going, Paula? You only just joined. I was just saying I've got a link there just above your comment. I started a channel that's just going to be nature video channel. So just like the sunset videos that I've got on this channel, and I just said to everyone that I'm going to keep putting them on both channels. Red Rose, Paula says hello all with a flower, and Red Rose says that's incredible. Red Rose says, yeah, Paula, yay, hello. It's great to see you all here. One thing actually, Paula says, yeah, hello again, Red Rose Poetess. I couldn't resist popping in to say hello. That's awesome. One thing I noticed in the pre-chat when I scheduled this video, fella named Alex, I think it was, said, you know, it's a pity the time that I do these streams, it doesn't really work too well for America because it's so late at night. And then I worked out that if to try and make it best for all, Europe, America, it doesn't matter for me. I'm happy to actually get up early in the morning for it or stay up late at night. But if it means that that both America and Europe we can all join the stream at a more appropriate hour. So I'm working on that. So maybe next week it might be at a different time when I stream. just so, but it will still be the same day. It'll be Sunday, that probably is the day. Yes, Red Rose says back to Paula. Yeah, emojis. What is that emoji? It's the hand on the face. It's oh no, it's like doing this, isn't it? That's what that emoji is doing. It's like, yes, awesome, Paula, new subscriber. It's thank you. Red Rose says hug. Yes, thank you so much, because like, it's all going to be positive. Like, that channel's just going to be just relaxing nature videos. So if you feel stressed out, or you want to just relax or something, you can just watch a video, and I'll try and do a couple a week, because it is something I can manage to do a few a week. And they'll be and it gives me something to do, like, as a hobby. And over time I'll build up, like, I'll get better and better at it. Like, you'll notice, I get frustrated because there's the sounds of car. When people say, look, it doesn't matter that we hear airplanes and cars and stuff, but I do know that if I go a bit further into the bush, I can go to these really special sunset spots, and get some really nice videos for that. So I'm excited for that, and I'm glad you subscribed. Thank you for doing that. That's a really big support for me, because I just launched it today, and it'll be something that I put a lot of effort into. Well, as much as I can, and actually I was talking about this with INFJ Ultra Heroica about how I do the editing, and there's a free software program called DaVinci. And it's, if you want to buy it, it's also really affordable. It's one of the best programs out there. But for me, all I need to do on it is use the free version, and it's really good. And so over time, I'm going to learn to edit more. But at the moment, all I can do is I do these things where I blend. I've got two cameras. I've got the good two. I don't know where the other one is. So I've got, and now I've got three cameras now. So I've got the smartphone, but I've got this camera, and I've got this camera, and so this one takes pretty good video. The downsides to it all is like they sort of cut out after 20 minutes. So I've got a time, especially for sunsets. I've got to time it better. And sometimes the camera will shut down on its own because the sunlight, for some reason, it's protecting itself. So I need to get a filter for my camera, so I can point it at the sun and not burn the sensor out. But again, this new sort of hobby. It's my self-care. It's something that I'm passionate about. And I used to do all the audio, and I showed this last video. I've got my field recorder, so like I'll be recording the sounds, and so what I do is I get the sounds and the video, put it in the software, sync it all up, and then I just do these simple blend dissolve transitions, or whatever they're called, where it goes from one to the other, and it gives it a really awesome effect. And it's very sort of, if you do it slowly, it's got this really calming effect when you're seeing the two images blending between each other. So I'm just gonna get better and better at doing this the more I do it. Ultra Heyoka says to Paula, hi Paula, with a big high five. Paula says, yeah, hug to all. I'm still going to email you, Luke, soon. I'm just going through a lot. I'm rather disorganized, as like I've said previously. I can't wait to get an email from you, and I understand just whenever you can get around to doing it. And you know, before you joined the stream today, I was mentioning how this last week was really difficult for me too. I lost 2 days of the whole week. It seems to be a thing at the moment where a couple of days I get, and this has happened every week for the last few weeks. Is something I'll get triggered and I'll lose 2 or 3 days of the whole week. But it's just part of what I have to live through, and I struggle with being organized myself. You know, I've got a lot of to catch up on, and you know, I love these chats. I love how we can um, meet each other once a week, and sometimes it's been more than once a week. But if I'll try and keep it regular for like a Sunday sometime, and it's such a good thing for us. And so yes, Paula, I did set up an email account, and it's in my bio. So that's how if you can find me there and email me there. So yes, Ultra Hoka says, Luke, I love the effort that you're putting into those sunset videos, as you explained to me by email. Yes, thanks, brother. I'm really, I know I love how you all love watching them, and so the beauty of doing them too is once I've set the cameras up, I get to sort of sit and meditate and watch the sunset and be in silence and just listen. And I don't move. I just sit there still. And because any slightest sound, any movement I make will rustle the ground, and it'll make the noise in the camera, in the audio. And what happened last week was I sat in this for that video that's 24 minutes long, with the one that's got the blending of the images. I was sitting on the ground in the grass, and I was wearing a short sleeve shirt, and I got bitten by all of these. You can't really see it, but like I got bitten all over my arms from these, like, I don't know what it was, like some form of insect bit me all over. You know how like I don't think it was caterpillars. Sometimes you get bites like this from caterpillars, but whatever it was, I was just sitting in the grass. So I've got to remember, wear a long sleeve shirt and that sort of thing, and spray, because we get ticks in Australia, and other places where I'll go, there'll be leeches. So I don't mind leeches, I don't mind that. But ticks are something that I don't like. And I ticks always bite me. I always get bitten by ticks. So I find if you spray your shoes and spray around, and it does help prevent from that. So yeah. Ultra Hayoka says, Rose, you're an American night owl. Yeah, she is. She's up at all hours, and that's great that she's able to be here for this. And so I am going to try and time it for America better. So it might mean that instead of it being the afternoon for Europe, it might be evening, and then it'll be afternoon for America, and for me it'll be like in the middle of the night. So next time or sometime down the track, I'll change the schedule for when the video's streaming, so it's best so that we can all be here, because that's what an American fella said, it's a pity it's not timed right for us. and America's got a 3 hour across, from the East Coast, West Coast. So I've been doing the calculations to work out when to. Red Rose responds to INFJ. Oh yes, night owl for sure. She is, and she's productive when she's up. Aren't you, Red Rose? You get creative. You listen to music, you write poetry, you paint, you do all this stuff, and you get to chat with us, which is awesome. I'm so you know I'm so happy to have found you people, and we can share. We have something in common, which is that we've lived through and are living through trauma, and we don't. It's for me. This is like friendship, because I've been so isolated and I don't get out much. I've got major anxiety. That was one thing I was going to point out, which I wrote down. I'm pretty much finished going through what I was going to say at the start. But yeah, I had to actually cancel going to, like my neighbor's got like a performance coming up in a few weeks, and my anxiety is so high at the moment. I've just basically had to cancel going, even though it's weeks away. I know now that even just thinking about going and being there in a crowd of people is too much. So I think it's really sad, and I feel like I'm letting this person down because I want to support them. They're like family type thing. And I just can't go. And it saddens me. And I've had chats about this with about how it really saddens me that I can't go see music anymore. And I really wish I could, but maybe that'll change one day. But I can listen to music. I can watch videos on YouTube. I got a CD arrive in the mail um, last week, and I haven't listened to it yet. I've listened to the digital version because when I bought it, I got the digital version. But I like buying the physical CDs, and especially I don't buy many, but it's like especially my favorite band, and this is my favorite band. So I'm really looking forward to putting a CD in the Ute CD player and going for a drive, hopefully tomorrow, a nice long drive up the mountain, and listen to the whole album driving, watch the sunset, and then listen to it again driving home. So I'm really excited. I've got something to look forward to. And I want to thank you all for helping me get back into music, because we've all been sharing music, and it's I love it. I've gone from not listening to music at all to now back to listening to music. No, I haven't got my stereo hooked up yet. I'm not listening to it. But I'm watching YouTube music live clips and music clips. The next thing will be to get my stereo hooked up again and to start actually just playing music through speakers and listening to it that way, and in it as that, you know. Um, Red Rose has the owl emojis. Yeah, she is the night owl. Rose equals night. She's got the owl emoji, and then the crescent moon, and then the American flag. So that's it. Red Rose Poetess says, Paula, I send you a big hug. And that's it. That's what that emoji is. It's like a hug emoji. And she's got the flowers. Paula says, sounds really great. Live your dreams, Luke. I intend to follow through on my word, Luke. Thank you. I'll look forward to your email, and we can chat. It's good that we're all sort of at becoming friends and chatting to each other like that. INFJ's got his email address on his channel, so if you can chat to him that way as well. And because it's great that we can do that and have a conversation, keep it going, and this is like friendship, and we're sort of helping each other and supporting each other and as well. But I I'm I love that there's this sort of connection that we've developed. Um, I've, I've been I do it all the time. I chat so much, I miss out on the chats. Um, yeah, Red Rose says, that's right, INFJ. See, if I take, oh yes, the night owl. And then Red Rose says, Luke, they are marvelous. I hope you're referring to like the sunset videos, and because I've I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on those videos, so I'm just going to keep doing it. And it's a great hobby for me. Gets me outside, self care, does all these things, and I can share it with you all, so you get to listen to the Australian birds as well, and they can be they can. My idea is it's like it can be like a relaxation thing, so you can be stressed out and go, oh, I'll watch a sunset video, and then so that's what's given me the inspiration to do it is so. And I love that you guys have all subscribed to my new channel already, so that's awesome. um Red Rose says, INFJ, I love what you just wrote. That's awesome. And that's the Hayoka has the owl and the crescent moon in the American flag. Red Rose has got the emojis, and then, oh no, Luke. Yes, and then lots of caterpillars. That's it. Like you can see all the spots on my bites. See all those red spots all over my arms, and they were so itchy for like a few days. I kept scratching them until they bled because I couldn't stop scratching them. But what I found is aloe vera spray or aloe vera cream would stop me from itching. But yeah, I've got to remember long sleeve shirts, you know, because that's the thing. You go out in the bush, you're going to get bitten by insects. I'm not afraid of that sort of thing. Like it's we in Australia we do have a lot of dangerous things, but you know it's I generally get bitten by ticks and like little insects. That's the worst that happens to me. Yeah. INFJ's got like the cricket, and then the maybe they were crickets or ants. Red Rose has got like lots of ants as the emojis. Red Rose says yes, it is 3:20 a.m. here. So yeah, like I'll go back up to the top, and I'll just quickly before I catch up on the chat, because I wrote in the pre-stream. It's actually still here because Alex popped in before I'd started the stream and said, I wish the chat was earlier for the USA people. And then I sort of worked it out. Yes, here it is. The best time for the whole world is if I do the stream 3 a.m. Australia time, and that will be 1 p.m. East Coast USA, or 3 p.m. West Coast USA, and 7 p.m. in Europe. So it'll be a nighttime for Paula and INFJ. So, if that way it's somehow balances out, and we all get to, it's not so Red Rose doesn't have to be up at 3. I don't mind doing it myself the odd time, getting up at 3 a.m. or staying up because I was up at 3 a.m. for a few hours last night because Mum was not too good, so I was sitting with her. So I am often up at that time of night. So I'm going to have to scroll back down now because I did look at the thing. So if I do, I'll just say that one last time. If I do it at 3 a.m. in the morning, the next stream, that means that it will be 1 p.m. East Coast, 3 p.m. West Coast, USA, and 7 p.m. in Europe. So, that way it's sort of fair for everyone. Yeah, so that's it. It's 3:20 a.m. here, says Red Rose, and then she's just got the laughing, crying faces. Ultra Haoka says, Luke, I know what you're talking about. I've been living in the forest twice for about 6 months. Awesome. That's it, brother. That's it. I'd love to live just in the forest, in a cabin in the woods, and just be solitude, and that must have been a great experience, mate. Like you must have good memories from that time, you know. So, and I hope you get the opportunity to do that again in the future. That's certainly what I want to do. I'd love to do is to just not live in the city and live in the bush somewhere. It would be my dream. One day I'll get there. Ultra Hager's got the spiders, and then yeah, I tell you what, when I go bushwalking at night, that's the scariest thing. Like I walk through spider webs, so I usually take a walking stick with me, and I got my torch, and so if I see spider webs, um, it's sad that you have to destroy the spider web, but if they're setting their web across a walking path, they're going to get knocked down by humans because that's a walking path. If I can walk past it without actually knocking the spider web out, I'll do that. It's not like I'm just destroying their webs, but sometimes you just can't get past them without that. So maybe in the future I'll endeavor to actually try and be somehow more conscious of that, where I'm not wrecking the webs, because I do feel bad when I do it, because they put all that effort, the spider's putting all this effort into making their web, and then you go along and destroy it. Actually, I'll before I catch up on the chat, we often talk about nature and stuff here on this channel, and we have these spiders in Australia called golden orb spiders, and they're pretty big. They're like about that big, and they got and they do, if they bite you, they give you a sting. And sometimes we'll get them in the yard here, and like one year we had these massive, and they make really big spider webs, and they're called golden orb because the thread, the spider web thread is like golden. It's like silkworm sort of golden color. And we had heaps of them in the garden, like 5 to 10 of them. They were all over the place. And we have these currawongs, which are the birds actually in that long sunset video I did. The ones that are doing that whistle. There's one there's a pair that live around here, and that was in fact one of their nests that I showed a few streams back, that I've got one of their nests that fell out of a tree. These spiders were huge. They're big spiders in all around the house, and the currawong waited until the spiders got really big, and then one day I was watching it. It just went through and it just ate every spider. It just one, and then went after the next one, and suddenly there were no spiders there. It's like the currawong was just waiting for the perfect time to have a big feed of these spiders. So it was like watching nature and happening. And So where are we at? I've been chatting for so long. This happens all the time. I might have to skip a few. Emin Bells is here. How you going, Emin Bells? Wish you all a lovely Sunday. Thank you. That's a really, really nice comment. You know, Hayoka's got like the worried face and a butterfly, and then says, "Hi, Emin Bells." The heart. Red Rose says, "Yeah, I was so happy to get out yesterday." That's good. You told me about that. Because um, it is a big thing actually getting out of the house and like dealing with people in public and all that sort of stuff. And I'm really proud of you. And it sounds like you had a really awesome day and you really enjoyed doing it. And it was productive. You said you went thrift shopping, which is awesome. I love thrift shopping. That's where I got this beanie. It's where I got this shirt. It's where I got the jeans I'm wearing. I love thrift shops. Red Rose says, "Emin Bells, hello," with the heart, with the roses. Paula says, "You're really brave doing this channel. It must have taken courage to start it, but I bet it's really worth it, Luke. I know some really anxious people, close people. I can really relate. Thank you for all that. You know, um, it gives me courage, and to hear that, that it is something brave that I did. I was really vulnerable and I was lonely and vulnerable, and I just thought I'm just going to start this, and it's just going to force me to actually communicate with people. And look what's happened. You can hear my voice is I'm feeling better. I'm smiling. I'm laughing. We all laugh and smile, and in these chats, we get to have a great experience. So I appreciate you all so much for all this. So that's been the biggest thing for me is like this chat, and all you people here right now. We're enjoying each other's company. Um, so thank you for that comment. And yes, and how you can relate to anxiety. It's anxiety's the worst. You know, and I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know if I'm gonna keep working on it, bit by bit. Um, so I did say when Red Rose says, yeah, how she went thrift shopping. Like I said, yeah, well, I've got to. That's inspired me. I'm going to do that because I can go to the thrift shop and be comfortable there. And so I'm going to do that maybe in the next week. And if I go there and spend $20 on clothes, I walk out with a couple of shirts and a pair of pants, maybe a beanie, something like that. So I always get something good from going there. Red Rose says, yes, exclamation marks. Long drives with music is the favorite of mine. It is such a good thing to do, isn't it? Just turning it up, listening to it loud, and I've been lucky that my old ute and the ute I got now have decent speakers in them, so I can listen to music loud in it, and it's clear, and so that makes it even better. And especially now, my new one is that it's got a CD player, so it means all the CDs I've got, I can just take a CD and put it in there. Paula says, "Yeah, music is vital. I've got pretty groovy taste for an old biddy." With this laughy face, and then like the dancer emoji. Well, that's awesome. When you email me, send me some links to YouTube music videos of your favorite bands, and I'll check them out. I'm starting playlists for listening to music on YouTube. So Paula says, yeah, I need to find my glasses so I can see the screen. One sec. You'll be back. By the time you catch, I'm so far behind in the chat. So, you know, you'll have found your glasses by now. Paula says, Red Rose says, Paula, yes, give me all the music. That's it. Red Rose loves her music, and I only just found out, like, in the last stream, I think it was the last long stream, how that she's not just a poet. She plays guitar and was in a band and played live, and that's really inspiring, and it's one of your passions, and and that you're getting back into playing music again. How awesome is that? That is the best news I've had, is that you're getting back into music, and it's inspiring me to make that step to really try and get back into playing guitar again. Red Rose says, yeah, my favorite road trip music is the Eagles. Yeah, that'd be perfect for driving along. Totally. Paula says, yeah, hello, Em, with the big heart. Red Rose says, uh-oh, people. Is that what? That's what. As soon as you said that, that's what I thought you were saying. Ah, okay. No, I haven't heard. Paula says, Yellow Wolf. Anyone heard of him? That's a band or a singer, whatever. I'm going to write it down now. Get a fresh page, because I love this about these chats is we share, like, music to listen to, and, like, especially also, like, we've talked a few times about, like, what books to read about complex post-traumatic stress disorder and YouTube channels and all that sort of stuff. So I really do love this. I'm writing this down. Yellow Wolf. Try listen to Row Your Boat first. Okay, I'll put that in brackets. Awesome. And that was, yeah, Paula. I'm definitely going to check that out. See, I love this. We're giving each other stuff to listen to. Red Rose says, yeah, Tom Petty is second favorite road trip music. Oh, totally. That's perfect road trip music. Red Rose says, oh, where are we? See, I'm so far behind in the chat. I'll try and catch up. Yeah, Red Rose says, thanks for telling us that, Paula. We'll check it out. Ultra Hoka says, yeah, it's 7 p.m. in the morning, right? It's no here. It's 6:46 at the moment. Yes, in the evening. Sorry, I said 7 p.m. in the morning. That didn't make sense. Yeah, it's almost 7 p.m. Red Rose says, "Oh, Luke, that's so thoughtful. Yeah, I want to. I want to hear some of your music now. And I just, it's inspiring, especially knowing, that you it's the hardest thing to actually start making, like, taking that first step, and you did it. So now you'll get back into playing guitar. It won't happen all of a sudden, but before you know it, you'll be playing every day again, and that's awesome. Once you start playing every day, it becomes, part of you. Um, Paula says, "Let me know what you think, Red Rose, next time we're talking." That's it. I'm going to check out this band. I might have to skip a few comments just so I can catch up. I'm so far behind. Paul says, I don't want this that I've got. I think you might be referring to trauma, because I don't want the trauma that I've got either. You know, I just wish it wasn't there, but I've got to live with it. Yeah, Red Rose says to Paula, sure will. You know, she's going to check out that music. Red Rose says, yeah, and I will write down which songs to listen to, Paula. So that's it. Red Rose has got some really, she's been sharing music with me, and she's got an awesome taste in music, you know, eclectic, you know, lots of different styles. And I think we all do here. We all listen to lots of different stuff. Red Rose has got, yeah, the spider webs emojis. Yeah, that was back when I was talking about the spiders. Red Paula says, yeah, I always try to write down if I hear of anything really good. Yeah, me too. And that's what phones are good for. You know, you can have a notepad. So when someone refers you to some music to listen to, you put it in your music list, and you eventually get around to finding it, you know, because otherwise, if someone tells you something and you don't write it down, you just forget about it and you never get around to it. So INFJ Ultra Hayoka says, Luke, well, it was crazy commune. I was living in a cheap tent, bit secluded from everyone. I could only survive this with huge amounts of amphetamine. And there was a lot of dirt. There was lots of dirt and violence. Yeah, so it was a crazy commune. That sounds full on. Like, it sounds like it might have been an adventure, but also scary at the same time. But so it sounds like you had a full on experience, and living in a tent for 6 months would have been pretty cool, you know, and would have been difficult at times as well, I guess, especially when it rains and all that sort of stuff. Red Rose says, yeah, me too, Paula. That's it. Writing things down is the way to go. Ultra Hayoka says, continuing on from the talking about the commune, is, yeah, and crazy people on drugs. So I'm not going to do that again. No, find a safer commune. You know, there's and I'd love to sort of live in that sort of environment, but then I think, could I put up with the politics of all the stuff? Like, I'd sort of want to be more secluded on my own. But like I was saying in that email, you know, that's just a luxury that rich people have, where they can do that stuff. I can't do that. But one day I'll find a way, where I can live in a cabin, or something like that. You know, Paula says, yeah, I'd hate the spiders, etc. Not used to them in England. Yeah, you don't get spiders and snakes in England. We got loads of both here. We got Heaven's Home. Good evening. Glad to have you here, Heaven's Home. I haven't seen you here before. You're welcome here. We just have these friendly chats, and we don't know where the conversation is going to go. It just goes all different places. We're sharing music ideas at the moment. We're talking about spiders and insects, road trip music, everything. Hayoka's telling us about how he lived in a commune for a while. Hayoka says, I love spiders so much, with the crying, laughing face. Spiders are pretty cool creatures. I don't mind them crawling on me and stuff, especially if I know they're not dangerous, and I've had pet spiders in the past. And because we've got so many different types, they're pretty cool creatures, but they're not nice when they bite you. Like, I've been bitten by spiders many times, and like you get these big bite marks from them, and nothing too bad, but just it swells up and it hurts and itchy, but yeah. I found one they call a mouse spider, and I found it in the garden here, and it's like a tarantula, and I kept it for like 6 months, and I used to collect insects for it to feed it, and it would live in it. It would make its own um, cocoon, and it would just it would bust out of its cocoon and then eat some food, and then it would go back and make it a cocoon again. And so they just spend most of its time living underground. It's really interesting. And then after a while, I thought, I've had this wild insect for long enough. I'll let it go back into the garden, just to go back and be in its place where it came from. Red Rose says, "Heaven's home." Hello. Yes. I hope you're still here, Heaven's home. I'm catching up on the chat. So if you join, feel free to join in with the chat. We've got someone else new here too, Wavelength 42. Good to see you. Wavelength 42 says, "Hi, I'm new here. Found your channel a while again, but first time live. Thanks." So you've maybe seen some of my videos, and then you've made it here to a live session. So feeling a bit activated after my session yesterday. So you're going through a bit of stuff at the moment. Well, it's good that you're here, because we have friendly conversations, and it's a good distraction from the turmoil in our lives. And we understand. We are very understanding of each other, which is really good. So I think that's what helps. And Red Rose is referring to her op shop, thrift shop visit. She says, "Y'all got some awesome black motorcycle boots, cool t-shirt, and some jeans. See, you can go thrift shopping and get some cool stuff, And I ate the best pizza that I've ever had. It was wood-fired pizza. That's awesome. So you had a full day. You did like shopping, and you went and got some food, and like, that's awesome." Paulus says to Red Rose, "Yeah, I really admire you for it. You broke through your fear barrier. That's awesome. It really is." Red Rose says, "Yeah, it was pepperoni pizza." Paula's like, Red Rose to Paula, Red Rose says, "Luke, you will when the time is ready." And that's it. Like, I will be able to get back out to go see live music and get out in public and all that stuff sometime. It'll happen, you know. It's just at the moment things are just too much. And that's why I had to cancel going to this play performance thing. Because even though it's weeks away, I'm already got anxiety over it now. So as soon as I said, "Look, I can't go," all of that anxiety just disappeared. So I know I have to break through it, but I think what I'm going through at the moment, it's better I just don't even try, because it's not worth it right now. And like exactly what you say, when the time's right, it'll happen. I've still got a bit to catch up on this chat. I'm so far behind in the chat here. So yeah, Red Rose says, "Hello, Wavelength." Paul says, "Yeah, I'll try Eagles later." Yeah, Eagles are a classic band. Yes, Red Rose says, "Music blaring and singing at the top of my lungs. That's the best, doing that." And you can do that when you drive, go for a drive in your car. You can do that, especially if you're away from people and not feel self-conscious. You can just sing at the top of your lungs. Ultra Hayoka says, "High Wavelength," with a big high five, hands in the air. Red Rose says, "Y'all, I think I may buy vinyl record player soon. I used to have one a long time ago. I miss playing records." That's it. Well, if you've got the records, get yourself a record player. And because they've come back into fashion, you can buy a brand new one for about the same price. You could buy a second-hand one, and they even have ones like USB plugs now. You can record off them straight to a computer or like a card, so you can actually record your records and save them. Red Rose says, "Thank you, Luke." Yes, I think it's because for what I was talking about before, maybe with the music or going thrift shopping. I'm just going to speed read through these, so I can catch up. Yeah, Paula says, "Red Rose, good on you, girly." And she's got like all the emoticons with the rose and then dancing and then the keyboard and the banjo and the microphone and the guitar and the music notes. That's awesome. Paula says, "I love Hotel California." Paula also says, "Yeah, he's an American solo artist." I don't know who you're referring to there. Oh, Yellow Wolf. So I get it. So I've written it down. I'm going to listen to it later. Red Rose says, "Yes, Paula." Paula says, "Yeah, me and my son both love Yellow Wolf." And that's it. I still haven't checked out, because you were telling me in a few streams back your son's a musician, and I've got it written in my diary. So I'll get around to that one. I'll look them up. Red Rose says, "Yeah, when I was like 8 years old, I got my first record. It was Emmylou Harris. I'd come home from school every day and played that record all day." It's awesome, eh? For me, it was I like I did get a couple of records when I was like, in primary school. They were like best of the hits type records. It wasn't actually any band. And then my very first CD was Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. I just remember that moment, buying Dark Side of the Moon and then taking it home and listening to it. It was the best. That was like when I was in high school. And yeah, love those memories, Yes, says Red Rose. Paula says, "Yeah." Red Rose said, "Paula, that's awesome." And then Red Rose with the headphones emojis. Red Rose says, "Oh, thanks, Luke." I think it's referring to me giving you courage, or saying how awesome it is you're getting back into music and going for trips. Paula says, this life, Luke, you're talking about living off grid. And I said, I'd love to join you, because I don't want this life here in the UK. I'd love to escape, but I'm a parent, carer to my daughter at 33. That's a lot of work, a big responsibility you've got there. So it does. I feel for you that you don't have that opportunity, to be able to just move or change but you're doing an honourable thing, as being that's you're doing your duty as your parent, being a parent, and good on you for being there for your daughter. Eamon Bell says, "Yeah, welcome Wavelength." Yeah, I'm slowly catching up on these chats. I'm so far behind, but it doesn't matter. You guys are all chatting to each other, and I'm just catching up. Eventually, I'll catch up. Paula says, "Yeah, my first record was Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights, age 13. Yeah, that's a classic album. Kate Bush is classic." Red Rose is like, "Yes, Paula." Paula's like, "Please invite me for a holiday." Yeah, that'd be awesome. How good would that be, to just be able to take a holiday somewhere? I think about that. You know, I have all this sort of, I have had in my life periods where I've had all this free time, but I haven't had the money to go just travel, and I've never traveled really. So I've gone to a few places around Australia, but I've never really properly just traveled or done that. So I feel like I'm lacking. One day maybe. Red Rose says, "I love Jane Austen books and movies." I have heard Jane Austen is awesome. And yeah, that's getting back into reading, something that, you know, I need to do. Again, it's like starting that habit. It's difficult, but I am back reading at the moment. I've started reading this, what do you call it? Atomic Habits. So it's a good book so far, and it's practical. But I want to get back into reading, fiction and non-fiction, as well as non-fiction. Paula says, "Lol," with the English flag and then the music. I might have to skip a few comments just so I can catch up. Yeah, Paula says, "At a huge distance, spiders, lol." Sam's here. How you going, Sam? Sam likes fruits here. And wait, where am I? Yes, here we go. I'm so far behind. I love them as long as they're small, not enough to go in my ear. I let them live here, but I keep other bugs out. Yeah, that's it. Spiders eat the other insects, so they're our friends. We've got huntsmans in Australia, and they do grow like that big, and their abdomen's like huge, and they're called huntsmans because they don't make webs, like they hunt, like literally chase down other insects and catch them. They're pretty cool, and I let them live in my room because they eat the other insects, so I don't have insects because of them. But it is scary when they crawl on you at night, if you wake up to it. Red Rose says, "Yeah, we're all over the place with these chats, and I love it. That's it. So as long as you guys don't mind the fact that I'm like so far behind, you're still having your conversation right now. So I'll catch up to it. It's just me catching up to." So Sam likes fruit says, "Yeah, not poisonous here though." That's good. Non-venomous or non-poisonous spiders are really good. And you can be not afraid of them. I'm happy to pick them up and let them crawl all over me, and then put them back down again. Red Rose says, "Hey Sam," with the roses. Emma Bell says, "Yeah, Red Rose. Which one is your favorite?" I wonder what she's talking about there. Sam likes fruit says hi with a smiley face. Ultra Hayoka says, "I got some spiders at home, and I'm always so happy to see them. German spiders don't bite. We're so pampered out here." That's awesome. So German spiders are friendly. They don't bite. That's good. So that you can just let them be, which is good. Um, the venomous like the venomous spiders that we have, like that one that I kept as a pet called a mouse spider is highly venomous. So it'd make you very, very sick if it bit you. So I was too scared to like let that one crawl over me. Um, but you just got to be wary of them. And if you go bushwalking at night with a flashlight, you can go and you can find all the spiders, but it shines their eyes, reflect back at you, and you can see all the nighttime spiders going hunting and stuff. That's pretty cool. Red Rose says, "Paula, my favorite is Pride and Prejudice." Yeah, I haven't read that book, but I hear it is a classic. Emin Bell says, "Yes, hello, Sam." Ultra Hayoka says, "Hi, Sam." Red Rose says, "Yeah, I'm actually going to watch the movie today, the 2005 version with Keira Knightley. It's free to watch here on YouTube. You must watch it, Paula." Yeah, I might check it out one day. It's good when their movies can be found free on here. That's like I was saying, that Pete Walker book, Surviving and Thriving from CPTSD, is like I'm going through it 3 times now. I've listened to it, and I'm probably going to do it again because it's so valuable. So YouTube's awesome for that stuff. Red Rose says, INF Hey, Ultra Yoga says Red Rose so stylish with the gemstone. Red Rose says, yes, Luke, it was an amazing day. See, we're still I'm so far behind on the chat here. Yeah, Paula says, you broke through the fear barrier, Luke. I meant, yeah, that's it. I think I understand what you're saying. Red Roses back to INFJ. Wow. And then big love heart. Rose Ultra Hayoka says, Rose, INFJs know how to dress. That's an awesome comment. The most stylish personality type. Well, that's it. That must be the judgmental bit. You make sure you judge the clothes, so they've got to be stylish. Do you know what I mean? Paula says vinyl always sounds amazing. And then Hayoka's got the big smiley face. Red Rose says, yes, INFJ, yes, you are right. It's true. Like the INFJs, I guess they are stylish, you know, more stylish than the average person. Ultra INFJ Ultra Hayoka says, yes, Rose for sure, 100%. Paula, I agree, says Red Rose. Yellow Wolf, that's it. I'm going to check out Yellow Wolf. Ultra Hayoka says, I'm going to be so funny today, guys. You have no idea. Yeah, well, that's good. We'll all make each other laugh and smile and stuff. I really love when that happens. You know, we have these great chats and, you know, it's awesome. Red Rose says, no, Paula says, yeah, that's my eldest, the musician, Brassica. Yeah, I'm going to write that down again. I did write it down in my diary, but if I've written it down again, I'm going to look it up later tonight. Red Rose says, yeah, the shirt I got was a Beale Street t-shirt, brand new. And I didn't go to Beale Street a few years ago on a long road trip. That's awesome. And it's good when you go to an op shop. Often they do have brand new clothes. Ultra Hayoka says, yeah, distracting myself from the turmoil. That's how you do it. Hey, you distract yourself from the turmoil and it makes things so much better. It does. You know, if we can make each other smile and laugh, it's such a good thing, you know. Red Rose says, yeah, listen to Beale Street song. Yeah, I did actually. I think you sent it to me. I listened to it. It's classic. Ooh, where am I? I'm so far behind on the chat here. Sam Likes Fruit says, yeah, I love that album, but I don't listen. But now I don't listen. I think it has depression demons attached to it. I mean, crikey, everyone that listens to it is so miserable. Yeah, we were talking about that one of the last streams about, I find solace listening to sad music, but there's a point where it's not good, so it's finding a balance. Red Rose says, yeah, it's called Walking in Memphis, the song. Yeah, I did listen to it. That was a classic. That was like a hit song in Australia back in the day. Paula says, I'm not free to do as I please. Daughter has to come first. Yeah, that's it. You got a big responsibility there, It's a lot of work by the sound of it. And it's honorable what you're doing. Red Rose has got the emojis for INFJ, the hugs and the teary smiley face. So yes, distraction and be funny. Like that's what it's all about. Like let's make each other get smiles on our faces and laugh, Yeah, if Sam likes fruit, we don't need no education. That's a good one. Not depressing, that one. And true. Yeah. Although the actual Pink Floyd The Wall is one of my favorite albums of all time. And the album is pretty sad. But that song's pretty awesome, and uplifting, in a way. It's like pointing out the system. It's pretty cool. Me and a friend back in the day, we used to play like the whole Pink Floyd The Wall on acoustic guitar, and we'd play just every song, and it was the best. We had great fun doing that. Got good memories of jamming and singing Pink Floyd The Wall, just going through the whole album. Red Rose says, Paula, I'm going to listen to Brassica tonight too. Yeah, we all will. That's awesome. Paula says, yeah, if you get a cabin, lol, be such an experience. I know I'm just dreaming, but oh well, lol. I'm with you, Paula. That's my dream. I'd love that, you know, but it's so far away. But don't dare to dream. Don't dare not to. No, dare to dream. Do it. You know, even if you can't, you know, just have imagine yourself there. You know, it'd be such a great experience. You know, but it's difficult. You know, if you like you're saying, you've got these responsibilities where it's almost impossible to do. You know, but yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to just live in a cabin in the woods. Red Rose says, yeah, and I'll write my favourite songs down too. Red Rose, Paula. INFJ says, I only listen to music when I'm stoned, so my life's like a funeral now since I quit, but it's worth it. Yeah, good on you for you being strong, mate. Good on you for doing it. And I see your point in it, is that even though it's something you love to do and you enjoy it so much, you do see the negative side to it, and that because you're actively working on healing from CPTSD, you see it as a barrier, and you've recognized that. And you know, like, I'm almost 4 months now without having a smoke, and I feel so much better for it. I would love to have a smoke though right now. You know, it's one of those things, you know. So unfortunately, you know, in the last 4 months I drunk a bit of alcohol. So that's what I'm stopping, you know. I'm drinking the water tonight, you know. But yeah, it is, I used to enjoy getting stoned and listening to music, but it will come back to you. You know, you will get eventually. You'll start listening to music without having to be stoned, and then you'll enjoy it again. You know, it just might take a little bit of time, but yeah, hey Oka, stay strong. You know, you're doing good, mate, and you'll save all this money that you were spending. You know, so it'll have a beneficial effect. So good on you for doing that, and you're doing it for yourself. So that's awesome. Red Rose says, Paula, I send you so much love and hugs. That's awesome. Paula says, oh, nice one, Rose. I'm really proud of his music, but we don't speak, sadly. That's sad that you've sort of had a falling out or something. That is sad. But you know, you're still proud of your son, and you're wanting to share his music. So like, you know, that's awesome that, you know, we're going to listen to it. Red Rose says, yeah, Paula with the hugs. Red Rose says, yeah, Paula, I'm so sorry. My thoughts are with you. Yeah, sounds, everyone here in this chat, you know, we're all going through a lot, or dealing with a lot, or we've got a lot of responsibilities. And so we can all empathize with each other, which is something that I think that's probably why we have these great conversations, is we understand the pain that we all have to deal with, and we're living through it, and we're getting to know each other. INFJ Ultra Haoka says, I do actually listen to Icelandic radio because I don't understand what they're saying, avoiding the news. That's classic. So do you do that over the internet, like internet radio? You tune in? I'd say that's how you do it. Red Rose says INFJ with the big smiley faces. And then INFJ back to Red Rose with the cheesy Smiley grin. And then Red Rose has got the tearies. Then Hayaka's got the monocle eye. I love these emojis. Makes it easier for me to catch up on the chat too. I can just go, yep, emojis are going off. Paul says, thanks, Red Rose, for all your nice comments. That's awesome. Red Rose says, yeah, Paula, you're most welcome. And then Paula with some roses. And then Red Rose also says to INFJ, she's given him some roses. Such a lovely woman there, Red Rose. Thank you. INFJ says, German spiders are friendly. That's awesome. I never knew that. Now there's something we learn. We learn new stuff every time we have these chats. And that's the beauty of it. We're from all different parts of the world, and we talk about what it's like in our own countries. And so we get to learn more about the world. Luke, it's a fantastic movie. I don't know what movie you're talking about there, Red Rose, but you were talking about Pride and Prejudice earlier. I'm so far behind the chat. Rose, do you think I also should watch that movie? Yeah. I missed what the movie was, but if you can put it back in the comment thing, because I'd be keen to check it out, you know, and especially if it's free on YouTube, if that's the one you're talking about. Red Rose says, oh, yes, INFJ, no way, you haven't seen it yet, my friend. Yes, watch it, please. Rose, what was that movie again? Here we go. Red Rose says, INFJ, the main actress in the movie is an INFJ. Please watch it with me. Yeah, do that. We did that. Red Rose and I watched a concert together. We pressed play on a concert on YouTube at the same time, and so we were both. It's like we were at the concert. It was so much fun to do. So you guys can all do that together. Find a way you can chat to each other through a message app or something like that, and try it out. Like watch a movie together or a concert, and you get to talk about the songs or the movie while it's playing. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Red Rose says it's incredible. IFJ, write it down. INFJ. Rose, okay, sure, but what was the movie again? INFJ, Rose, yeah. Rose, please tell me. Oh, it is Pride and Prejudice. So that's the movie you got to watch, INFJ. It's the 2005 version with Keira Knightley as the lead actress. It's free on YouTube Movies. So there you go. YouTube Movies, Pride and Prejudice, 2005 version, because there's lots of different versions. Red Rose says, INFJ, I'm howling with laughter so hard, INFJ. See, I'm smiling reading these comments. Red Rose says, sorry, I was typing my long answer. Rose, I wanted to watch that one. There's even a spin-off of it, like Pride and Prejudice with zombies. That's classic. Pride and Prejudice with zombies. That has to be hilarious. INFJ's just got the emojis of like, it's like the brain going. Red Rose says, yeah, INFJ has me howling, laughing so hard. That is so awesome. INFJ says, yeah, Luke, I'm not strong. I don't have money to buy weed. Yeah, but you said you wanted to, you really want to quit for like really stop it. So, you know, it's sort of lucky that you've run out of money, and that means you can't get it. So it makes it easier. For me, that's whenever I stop drinking or smoking, that's the thing that's made it easier, is like wallet has been emptied, so I can't actually go get any. So it prevents me, and then eventually, after a certain period of time, I'm clear of it long enough, and I don't crave it. So I've gone through those first few days, and I don't know how many days you're into it now, 5 days or something like that. So you're doing strong, man. So keep it up. So Red Rose says, "Way to go, Luke." Yeah, I think that's when I was talking about the not smoking and not drinking. Well, I was drinking the last few months, but I haven't smoked for like 4 months. Um, I'm gonna have to skip a few. Yeah, Rose, look it up. It's real. Yeah, that's it. Pride and Prejudice with zombies. That's it. Hilarious. Red Rose's Howlin' Wolf. INFJ. Red Rose INFJ with the smiley faces. INFJ's got says to Rose with the upside down smiley face. Oh, here we go. Red Rose, INFJ listening to music, and then it's just got snowflakes or crystals, ice music, Icelandic music. Classic. Ice cold. Yeah, Rose. Oh, Hayaka's got like the volcano and the snowman. I'm slowly catching up, but I'm still far behind on this chat. Yo, man, I have this song stuck, Ice Baby, and stuck in my head. Oh no, you got that song stuck in your head now. It's going to be there for a while. Ultra Hager says, "I feel bad for dominating the chat with just BS." Don't be, man. You're not doing that, brother. Like, we're having a good laugh tonight. We're having fun, you know. So don't feel like you're doing that at all. So Rose is singing the lyrics to the Ice Ice Baby now. And then Red Rose says, "Luke, watch it." Yeah, I'm going to watch this Pride and Prejudice. I'm going to write it down. See? Um, Now Luke has me howling. That's classic. Oh, yes. So, yeah, Ultra Hacker says, "Rose, wow, really? How are we going to do this? Watching a movie together?" So, yeah, you both load up YouTube movies. You load up the movie, but you've got to have a messenger or a chat program like Zoom or Instagram chat or something like that. And you have that window open so that you can be typing away, chatting to each other, and you've got the video playing. That's how you do it. So you both press play at the same time. Yeah. Red Rose says, "INFJ, stop it. I cannot." See, everyone's having a good old laugh tonight. We're making each other laugh. It's awesome. Red Rose says, "INFJ, blah." Ultra Heroica says, I'm going to make so a regular conversation between others becomes possible. Yeah, that's it. Okay, INFJ says, Red Rose. Hayoka says, "Yeah, Luke, you're right. I'm motivated to stay sober." That's awesome, mate. Good on you for doing it. It's difficult, but you're doing it. Hayoka says, "Yeah, Luke, you're right. I've just read that comment. It's good you're motivated to stay sober." Hayoka says, "Rose, dot, dot, dot." Continues, "I'm Icelandic, trapped in a German incarnation." You do feel an affinity with Iceland, don't you? It's good, you know. And I'm interested to hear what this Icelandic radio sounds like, and listening to them talking and stuff. I reckon it'd be fun. I'm gonna write that down. That'll be another thing to do. Icelandic radio. I'm gonna listen in and be interesting. Red Rose. Oh, Red Rose says, Luke, I'll DM it to you. The movie. Oh yeah, thanks. Do that. I'll be able to check it out. Look, I finally caught up on the chat. Yes, the movie. Hayoka says, but Rose never messages me. That's sad. Yeah. Red Rose, go to Ultra Hayoka's channel. So I think you'll click on his icon. I don't know how it works if on a tablet, but you tap on his thing and it says channel activity, go to channel, pin, message, report, remove, all that stuff. And so it's different because I'm running the chat. It also says add as moderator. Red Rose says, yeah, how to message you. Red Rose says, yeah, you on Instagram. I don't think INFJ is on Instagram, but he's got his email address in on his YouTube channel in the bio, so you can email him there. That can be how you get in contact. Yeah, Pride and Prejudice 2005 version. We're all going to watch it now. So here we go. INFJ Ultra Hayoka says, Rose, I only got Signal as my messaging app. So maybe Red Rose could get, if Red Rose, you might have to get Signal on your tablet, and then you can find INFJ, and then you can you can chat and you can watch the movie that way together. Oh, you can't see his channel, remember? I'll see if I can go. I think I can put links in the chat because I'm like moderator. So I'll try this again. I think I can send you a link. Wait, let me do this. Here we go. Red Rose. Let's see if this works. There you go. That's a link to INFJ Ultra Hayoka's YouTube channel. So now you can go to his channel and you could subscribe to him. There you go. Ultra Hayoka says eventually, as Americans always say. Haha. Red Rose says, yeah, she's found. See, she can go to your page now, and she'll watch some of your videos, mate. You got a new subscriber. It worked this time. See, now you found that now it's working now. Awesome. Hayoka's loving it, so that's good. And so Hayoka's got his email address in the bio there, so you can email him, and then yeah. See, that's how I can make it work. Red Rose says yes. It's all happening now. Sometimes things just take a bit of time, you know. And me and Red Rose were talking about this, like, because it happens to me and happens to her a lot. Like, things go glitchy with electronics with her, and it happens to me as well. Yeah, Red Rose says, yeah, I just subscribed. Ultra Hayoka's like got the smiley face with the stars in the eyes, and it's like Red Rose is like yes, and then Hayoka's got like yes with the cross swords. There you go. Red Rose says INFJ. I'll send you tons of music. Yes, and then Ultra Hayoka's got the flames. This is awesome. This is like, you know, we're communicating with each other, and like it means that when the stream's over, we can still keep chatting to each other and keep a conversation going. And you know, it's like Paula says, you know, she's been busy, but she's going to get around to emailing me. So Ultra Hoka says, tell them about my Red Rose feed. Oh, what do you mean on your you like you've got an Instagram? Do you want me to send do you want me to put a link to your Instagram here? I can do that. I'm just loading up. Here we go. Here we go. So even if Hayoka's not on Instagram, I think he is still going to be able to check out your Instagram. That's a link to Red Rose's Instagram. She's got like a awesome Instagram with all the poetry and stuff like that on there. Ultra Hayoka says, yeah, I reached the next level. That's awesome. How all the people I was following disappeared. Yeah, this is a massive glitch that happened to Red Rose on her thing, on her Instagram. It has, I don't know, thousands of people following her, but then it says 0 to the people that she follows, except this is a full-on glitch because what she still sees the people's feed in her Instagram of people she follows. It's a really bizarre, and she has contacted Instagram about it, and I don't know, they don't know what maybe they're trying to fix it, or they haven't said anything about it or something. Yeah, Ultra Hag says, yeah, it has to be something else with the flames and the eyes doing this sideways look. Red Rose got says INFJ with the teary face, crying with laughter. Ultra Hayoka says, yeah, okay, I'm going to do something right now. Ultra Hayoka says, Rose equals glitch in the matrix. INFJ, Rose says INFJ. Wow. Total glitch in the matrix. See, we're having fun tonight. We're having fun just being here, you know. Like, I'm so glad to have met all you people, and like, we can just be in each other's company, and you know, Red Rose has got like the big teary laughing emojis going on. Red Rose says, yeah, that's right, Luke, exclamation marks. Yeah, we're just having fun chatting, like, doesn't matter, like, and the chat just goes all over the place. We don't know where it's going to go. Sometimes we have these real, like, you know, and sometimes I go off on these rants, and you know, tonight's a bit different. I'm I just said my bit at the beginning, and then I let the chat just happen. And Red Rose says, "Yeah, I'm making a vanilla milkshake right now." That's awesome. Milkshakes are pretty good. Lots of ice cream. Yeah, that's it. Make us all a milkshake, Red Rose, and send us some emojis, and then we'll have all different. I'll have a strawberry milkshake, please. And you make it with homemade ice cream as well. That's pretty awesome. I've never made ice cream. So there you go. Red Rose is starting to pass out the milkshakes. So we all got milkshakes from Red Rose. That's awesome. Yeah, Red Rose says, yeah, I have a homemade vanilla ice cream machine. That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And you just use milk, don't you? Just use milk or something. I don't know what the ingredients are, but there you go. So you've got the syrup. So Red Rose says, but I will add strawberry syrup to yours, Luke. Thank you. I'll be happy with that. Yeah, condensed milk. So you use regular milk and condensed milk? Is that like we get condensed milk in tins in Australia? They come in tin cans that you peel the top off, and it's real thick. Condensed milk's real thick. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same. Red Rose, so yeah, lots of ice and salt around it. That's it. That's how you make the ice cream, like because the salt, when you sprinkle salt on the ice, it makes it colder, and it gets so cold that it will freeze the. It makes the frozen bit because yeah, yeah, condensed milk with water. Oh, so that's the trick. Just condensed milk and water. Yes, there you go. You are correct. Awesome. And I have tried homemade ice cream, and it is delicious. So, and yeah, you can buy the ice cream makers here too. Like, but I've just never thought to get one. So yeah, I've had I've been having a good night tonight. You know, this is a great distraction and a great. Well, it's a distraction from whatever difficult stuff we're going through in life. You know, so we're just having a chat. You know, and they can be funny chats. They can be silly. And we can talk serious. We do talk serious stuff from time to time. Red Rose says, in this Louisiana heat, ice cream is a necessity. Yeah, it would be actually. That would be the best thing. Ice cream and iced tea. Red Rose says, yeah, we go through like gallons a week. So do you get like big containers of the oh, we go through like 2 gallons a week. That's a lot. 2 gallons of ice cream's a lot. But I guess if you're making it, you know. Red Rose says, yes, sweet iced tea, yes. Iced tea is really good on it to cool you down. and because I should probably get into making iced tea as it gets warmer. Now that I'm not like drinking alcohol, beer used to be a thing that I would drink on, you know, in the summer. So Red Rose says yes, sweet iced tea. It's a southern staple. The tea. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I was saying that before. Like it's like 3 times now I've had listened to that Pete Walker book, and um, I fall asleep to it sometimes. So that's why even though I've listened to it 3 times, I've only been awake maybe for 2 of those times, and I've missed bits. But it's such a good book. I'm getting so much out of it. Um, Red Rose says, "Yeah, where'd everyone go, Luke?" Well, there's 4 people here in the stream, but it seems to be just you and me chatting at the moment. INFJ might be making a coffee or something like that. Yeah, that's it. INFJ must be lying down. I'll just look it up. Um, Sorry if that was making noise. I was typing on my computer. So I just looked up. It's 11:44 a.m. in the morning. It's just about to be midday there for INFJ. So he's probably making a coffee, and he'll be back. But there's 5 people here in the stream, but we're just the only 2 people chatting. So people are just enjoying being here and listening to us. We can have we have long conversations, don't we, Red Rose? We have good chats, so we can just stay here chatting. So, but yeah, Red Rose says, yeah, I don't hear any noise. No, yes, they're relaxing and listening. That's nice. That's it. Yeah, but we all had a good chat. Emin Bells was here. Paula was here. Um, there was a couple of new people that were here. Um, I forget their names now because it was a while ago. Sam Likes Fruit was here. But yeah, that's it. They can listen to us chatting. You know, um, Ultra Hayoka says, "Luke, I'm always making coffee," with a laughing, teary face. That's it, mate. I love drinking coffee. I might, mate. I've had insomnia a bit, and last night I had insomnia, and I couldn't get to bed till like 5 in the morning, and then I slept a few hours, and so I feel like I wasted all this time today. Um, I still managed to do a few things around the house, but not much. But it's a Sunday, so that's okay. As long as I get busy tomorrow, I've got a list of stuff I got to do already, and I'm doing this course as well. And I haven't been putting enough time into the course, so maybe this week is my chance to catch up and finish all the reading and do a lot of practice. You know, I'm supposed to be practicing half an hour a day, and I'm not managing that. I'm, managing between 5 minutes and half an hour. It's not enough. I need to be doing at least half an hour a day. So maybe this week I'll try and really push it and try and do more than half an hour a day to catch up. And but I wasn't in the right headspace. That's the difficult. Like I'm learning mindfulness so that I can, re-regulate my nervous system and helping as has this toolkit for like dealing with triggers and help me healing and all this sort of stuff. And make it's good for your brain. It's training your brain to get stronger and being able to focus. But the problem, and this is the biggest difficulty that people have with it, is actually if you're already having difficulties focusing your attention, and if you've got and that I've got that. So it's such a difficult thing to actually focus or try to sit down and focus your attention when you can't, because you've got too much stuff going on in your head. But what I can do is, the beauty of it is with mindfulness, there's so many different exercises. So if the more complex exercises that require a lot more thought or non-thought focusing, maybe I don't need to worry about trying those ones if they're too difficult to try and do, and just do the ones I can do. So, and that's what I have been doing, is that I've been doing the easier ones like body scan and the breathing exercises. But and I sort of combine the open awareness aspect to it. But that's something I've got to catch up on, is really catch up on doing this work, because I've started this course and I had a bit of a setback in the last few weeks where I haven't been able to really do it every day, like as much as I need to be doing it. So I've got to do half an hour's practice every day for 6 months. Well, after 2 months, I'll have gotten to that certain level I'll have achieved being able to actually do the practice. But I've got to keep that habit up for 6 months every day, half an hour at least. So, but it's such an awesome thing. I think you should all try it yourselves, for helping with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It's been life-changing for me, and that's why I did the course, because I wanted to really learn how to do it properly, and eventually I'll be able to teach other people how to do it. In 6 months' time, I'll be able to be a teacher, and I could actually get people could pay me money to learn how to do it themselves, which is pretty awesome. If I can do that, like, that'll be like a dream job for me to be able to do that. So Emin Bell says, oh yeah, Red Rose has got the coffee mugs for INFJ because he was always making coffee. That's what he said. Yeah. I used to drink so much coffee, so much. And I've sort of cut right back on it now. Since I had that stomach bleeding and that, I reckon I was drinking so much coffee, it wasn't doing me any good. And what I found out was, yeah, if you've got reflux problems, coffee is one of the worst things. So I did cut it right down. And whenever I do drink coffee now, I get sore stomach, and that's it's because of it. Emin Bell says, yeah, I just feel nervous, so I'm not very talkative. I'm sorry. That's all right, Emin Bells. You can sit back and listen, and this is a safe, comfortable place. So don't feel like you have to join in all the conversation. You can, we love having you being here. So, and we do know that you are talkative at times. So so I'm sorry that you do feel nervous, because like it should, but I'm glad you're here. We're all glad you're here listening, and you are contributing when you can. So, but you don't have to be sorry about that. And Paula says, yeah, I'm still here. I just disappeared for a phone call. So yeah, there you go. Everything just went quiet for a while, and me and Red Rose were just wondering. INFJ Ultra Hacker says, yeah, and also sandwiches. I'm constantly busy with consumption, preparation, and the aftermath. It's a lot of work, isn't it? That's it. Red Rose says, yeah, you get it, Luke. It's awesome. Red Rose says, yeah, Em and Bells, no worries. We understand. You know, we totally understand. And Red Rose says to Paula, yeah, no worries. We understand. So yeah, Paula's back from a phone call too. Em and Bells says, yes, coffee, black, and egg white mood. That's interesting. I'm trying to work that out. Is that like how you have coffee? Like coffee with egg white in it? Because that's similar to like people make like bulletproof coffee, and it's like you put butter in it in your coffee instead of milk. Red Rose is like, yeah, she's got the eggs and the skillet with the eggs and the coffee. That is a good breakfast, eggs and coffee. That's a good meal any time of the day, really. I like having like cooked eggs for dinner. It's a nice, easy food to make. It's good for you. Red Rose says, yeah, INFJ. That's it. Making sandwiches. If he's not making coffee, he's making sandwiches. Paula says, yeah, bless you. Don't feel nervous. We're all good people here, Em, with a big heart and a rose. Em Bells says, thank you, Paula and Rose, with a big heart. Yeah, that's it. You know, we're all friends here, you know, and it's okay. We all you know, I started these streams because I was so isolated and I couldn't even speak. I couldn't even in my first live stream, I could barely put words together. And you know, it's not like I'm completely isolated. You know, I do see my family and we have conversations, and you know, I speak to my neighbors and things. But you know, I've lost contact with most of my friends over the last few years. I've sort of pushed them away, and which is really sad. And it's now really hard for me to actually get those contacts back again. And you know, I do know that some of them they do want to see me and catch up sometime. So it's just a matter of finding the right time. I spoke to one of my old mates, old friends, last week, and he works for national parks. And I asked him all these questions because I want to do this nature therapy business. So I've got to do a few courses to do. And I spoke to him about how I get access to how do I actually take people and take people bushwalking, and how do I do that? And so I have to get a license. I've got to pay the government a couple of $100, um, which lasts for a few years, I think. And I've got to tell them what I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be taking people, and how often, you know. And my idea for my business is very low impact because it's only going to be, you know, taking one or two people for a walk once a day. And it won't necessarily be every day of the week. Like this is sort of like the idea for me will be like a part-time business where I don't know how many people that, you know, I'm gonna it might not be very successful. But for me, if I get enough people where I get enough income from it, I actually can survive. That's awesome, and it'll be the best thing for me. I'll get to do something that I'm passionate about, that means a lot to me. So, you know, that's why I started that new channel. And thanks everyone for subscribing to my new channel. because you know, you're going to see that channel will just be nature videos. So if you're having a stressed out day, I don't know if Emin Bells was here. I think Paula said she's subscribed. I can't remember. But Emin Bells, I've started a new channel, which is, you know how I put up videos of sunsets and stuff? The new channel is it's just nature videos. So like if you subscribe to it, I'll put a link in the chat in a minute, and go there and subscribe to it if only if you want to. But like you know, if you're having a stressed out day, you can like just go there to that channel and click on a video and just sit and watch the sunset. Or I'm going to do videos of like a mountain creek and just have the sound of water running, and you know, set the camera up and get the audio recording in the video, and do that. So I'll get back to the chat. Yeah, Red Rose says, yeah, and Paula is right. We know that feeling as well. So just know we understand. That's it. We all understand each other here. You know, we're all. That's what I really love. Yeah, we got the hearts going. I'm going to add to it. We'll get the hearts flying up in the sky. I love it when that happens. So I love this. This is good. This is all, we're sharing the love. It's awesome. But I'll get back to reading the chat. Like Red Rose says, yeah, Em, you're most welcome. Paula says, yeah, it's lovely to find you here, Em. It's a lovely place to chat here, with a big heart and a rose. Yes. Red Rose says, wow, Luke. That's it. And I think you're talking about how me talking about like doing my nature therapy stuff. I'm guessing that's what you're saying. INFJ Ultra Hag says, Luke, I also got those issues, but I still keep drinking coffee. Yeah, true. Me, you know, and that's, I've had the gastro GORD, I think they call it, is the acronym, but it's, you know, where you get reflux from your belly, from your stomach, and you know, chocolate, coffee, pepper, chili. There's all these stuff that I love that's really bad, and I can't help myself. I just don't drink as much coffee nowadays as I used to. But whenever I do drink coffee now, it hurts. I get a sore stomach and I get reflux, and maybe that's why I sort of don't drink as much now, because it but I used to drink heaps of it for ages, even though it would make me feel sick. That's one of the things about like sort of being isolated and stuck at home. I would like make a coffee, and then like 20 minutes later I'd make another coffee, and then 20 minutes later I'd make another coffee, and I'd just do that all day long. And it's like all I've been drinking all day is coffee. But that's okay, you know. It's Red Rose says, yes, Em. Never feel like you have to talk in the chat. Listen when you feel like it, and chat when you feel up to it. No worries. That's it. You know. And we love it when you do chat, Em. You know, you do chat. You just don't have to, like, you can be here and just be silent. It's like we're all sitting around a campfire watching the fire. Not everyone has to be the one chatting, you know. Can sit there and listen. We got the love hearts flying in the sky. I'll add to it. Emin Bell says, well, I feel nervous because I'll see my son after 3 weeks, and honestly, I'm afraid of my hypervigilance. Yeah. So yeah, okay. you've got, because you've got that responsibility, and you haven't seen your son for 3 weeks, so you're nervous about it because of your hypervigilance, and you don't know how it's going to be for you. So I hope it turns out all right for you, you know, and I hope that you can deal with it okay, and I hope it's a great experience for you to see your son again, you know. So Red Rose says, our thoughts are with you and will be with you. That's it. That's one thing you can count on with everyone here. Like, we do care for each other. Like, we genuinely do, and like, we've sort of become friends. It's a nice little community of people that, you know, we share these things in common, but you know, and we can talk about like our struggles, and feel like we can talk about these struggles and our own personal things. So that's what I really like about what sort of happens here. Emin Bell says, "No, Luke, sorry, it's a song from Counting Crows, seeing things black and white like coffee and an egg white." I get it. I get it now. I get it. Crusoe's here. How you going, Crusoe? Yes, this is live. We're live right now. So good to see you here, Crusoe. And I've seen you commenting on like my videos, mate. I've got in my bio to my YouTube channel now, there is an email address. So email me and we'll organize. I'll send you a form, because I'm trialing out this nature therapy stuff. I'm trialing it. So that's why, like, through September, October, I'm going to be taking people for bushwalks and watch the sunset and things like that. But I've got a form that I'll need you to like basically fill out and sign, you know, so when we meet and go for a bushwalk sometime, it's sort of official, but it's also, I'm doing it as a trial, so I can do this before I get a license or anything, but it's just like a waiver, you know. So it means that we'll go for a bushwalk, but you're not going to sue me if you have an accident or anything like that, you know. And because I'm learning how to do this as a like a business, so I can do this as a job. So if you want to, yeah, that's it. Let's do the walk. Yeah. So email me. My email address is in the bio to my channel, and then I'll send you a form, and we'll work out a time in the next 2 weeks where we'll meet and go for a bushwalk, and you know, it can be like a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour walk, whatever you're up for. So I look forward to that, and this is going to help me, Crusoe, because you're helping me learn how to do nature therapy, and to guide people on walks. And so it'll be just relaxed. We'll just go for a walk, you know, and it'll be fun, you know. So I really look forward to it. Yeah, we've got the love hearts flying in the air. See, I'm excited for that. You know, Crusoe joined the chat right at the end of that 10-hour epic chat we had last week, and you know, he lives not far from me, and so we're going to go for a bushwalk, you know. And Crusoe, I'm going to put this in the channel, so you can subscribe to my new channel as well, which is going to be just nature videos. So everyone, just bear with me for a minute. You might hear some typing sounds on the keyboard. Here we go. Copy. So yeah, Crusoe and anyone else, like Emin Bells as well. I don't know if I'm just inviting you all to, there's the link I just put in the chat, and it's a link to my new YouTube channel that I've set up, and it's only going to be sunset videos and nature videos. So if you want to relax and chill out, you're having a stressful day, remember there's this YouTube channel where you can just go and watch the sunset and listen to the birds, do that sort of stuff. So just catching up on the chat now. Oh, Red Rose, thank you for that. Luke is becoming more and more himself each live. That's awesome. I'm getting back to the old me. It's awesome. You know, I'm a happy, friendly person. I like to laugh and smile, and you know, I can be very serious too, you know, but like this is thank you, Red Rose, for that comment. That means a lot to me. And it's good that it's showing that I am growing as a person, but I'm also shedding all this stuff, you know, and I am a bit self-conscious, especially about some of the last streams sort of that I've done where I've been talking explicitly about myself, like the one I did yesterday. You know, I had to do it. I had to say that stuff. You know, I may not keep those videos on my channel. I might make them private. But at the same time, if people can get something out of seeing someone else's struggle, and I do put content warning if I'm ever going to do a video where I'm talking about real heavy stuff, I'll put content warning on it. So, you know, but I appreciate all the love and support I'm getting from all you people, and I'm so glad that we've all become friends and stuff. So Red Rose says, yes, I'm back with milkshakes for everyone. Awesome. So Crusoe, Red Rose has been making milkshakes, so we asked her to make us some milkshakes for us all. Even though she's in Louisiana, what she's doing, she's sending us the emojis, and we're getting like milkshakes from her. So she's got a milkshake for you. Red Rose Poetess says, yeah, Crusoe, 100%. Crusoe says, yes, it's like a nesting facility. Like here, this chat room, maybe, is that what you're talking about? It is. We can relax here. That's it, lol. We can relax here. I feel very relaxed and comfortable chatting to all you people. It's, you know, right now I feel so relaxed and calm, and you know, I feel like all the stresses in my life I don't have to deal with them right now. So it's awesome. You know, I'm clicking the love hearts too there. Let them fly into the sky. That's so good. I got to keep remembering to keep my posture good, because I slouch. I'm sitting here on my bed cross-legged, and I get into a habit where I'm leaning over, and I've got to make sure so the way I'm sitting now, I've got a good posture. So yeah, Red Rose says Crusoe, yeah, with smiley faces. INFJ Ultra Hioka says, Luke, I take it these Bullrich salts pills, baking soda with my coffee all the time. That's really good for you. That's exactly it. So you get them in pill form, and you just like so it balances out your stomach acid. I'm going to look into that, because we've got similar stuff here called Gaviscon. It's like a brand name thing, but like, you know, you can also get baking soda, and you get a teaspoon of it, and you can put it in water and just drink the water. That's another way you can get it. But like, you get these baking soda pills. That's great. That's even easier. But I get these tablets there, like you chew them, like you just put the tablet in your mouth and you chew it and crunch it down, and then drink some water, and like instantly balances it, corrects out your stomach acid sort of thing. But that's good to know. You've got it. Yeah, INFJ says to Crusoe, yeah, it is live. Yeah, INFJ Ultra Yoga's just had a coffee and a milkshake now. He says, let's have another cigarette then as well. Well, that's it. I guess if you've stopped drinking, I mean, if you've stopped smoking, then like you're going to be maybe smoking more cigarettes, you know. So I still have troubles quitting cigarettes at the moment, but I'm not smoking much. But like, yeah, I probably still am too much, but I'm not drinking tonight, and I'm not drinking now for a couple of months. So I think I'm through the worst of it. So that's where I've got to stay strong. I got weak the last few weeks when I've got triggered. I've just turned to alcohol just to calm me down, and then I felt bad for it, because for me, I want to be able to enjoy drinking alcohol in the future occasionally and enjoy it in a social setting, or like just to enjoy it, not to rely on it to calm me down, like, you know. So INFJ Ultra Hayoka says, Luke, I also want to go back to meditating daily and staying sober for 6 months. Awesome. Well, that's it. Like, and Red Rose says, yes, INFJ. That's awesome. You want to get back to meditating. So you used to do that already. So you know how to do it. So if you're going to be staying sober for 6 months and you're meditating every day, you're just going to feel so much better. So, and you know, that's why the next after that comment, if you look in the thing, there's a comment there that I put as a link to my new channel. So like you can, and I love what you've said about my sunset videos, INFJ. Thank you for that. It really means a lot to me. It gives me confidence, and it means that I'm going to keep doing these videos, and like at least once a week I'm going to have a new sunset video or a new sunrise or something like that. So it'll just grow, and I'm going to put the videos on this channel as well as my other channel, but my other channel will just be nature videos. And Red Rose says I'll email you a link. I think that was to INFJ. Crusoe says, INFJ, well done on sobriety. That's it, brother. Well done on doing it. I think he's like 5 or 6 days into it now. Yes, Red Rose says yes, and she was saying that Red Rose will send you a yoga nidra session that she's actually trained in yoga nidra, and she sent me this audio file, and I've listened to it several times, and it is awesome. It really is awesome. You relax. I fall asleep. I've fallen asleep a few times because of it. It's so relaxing, and I guess it's okay. And that's what Red Rose said to me. She said, if you fall asleep, that's totally fine. It's still doing it's still working for you. And it goes for like half an hour or so. And you get to hear Red Rose. She made it herself. She recorded this yoga nidra session, and you just have it on your phone and just lay in bed, press play, and just listen to it. It's awesome. So that's awesome. You're going to share that, Red Rose. It's like, yeah, love hearts are flying. I appreciate it. You know, I'm going to listen to that tonight, Red Rose. I'm going to listen to your yoga nidra tonight. That's going to help me get to sleep. So yeah. INFJ Ultra Hacker says, Luke, maybe we could hold each other accountable. I'm going to email you about that later. That's an awesome idea, brother. Let's do that. You know, you stay sober. You won't be smoking, and I'll stay sober. I'm already stopped the smoking, but won't be drinking, and we'll hold each other accountable, and we can talk about our struggles with it. So we can email each other back and forth and keep each other strong about it. Because, it's not easy, and it's so easy to have a relapse. It's so easy to just have a relapse, and that's what happened to me in the last few weeks. I got triggered, straight down to the bottle shop, alcohol, a few drinks, and then I'm feeling better, but then the next day I'm feeling horrible. So I'm glad, tonight, you see, I'm on the water tonight. Red Rose says, yeah, I'm a certified yoga nidra teacher, INFJ. That's awesome. Like, she's going to send you this audio of one of her yoga nidra practices, and it's awesome. I'm going to listen to it tonight. I've got it on my computer. What I'll do is I'll put it on my phone so I can turn my computer off and just have it play on my phone. INFJ Ultra Hericus says, Crusoe, I'm just getting started, brother. Big thumbs up. That's it, mate. Good on you for this. We're all excited for you, mate. Like, because you're right. You're doing all this work on fixing things in your life, and you've got a lot you're working through. So I watch your videos and I see, you're like doing what I'm doing. You're working through a whole bunch of things at one time, and it's difficult, but you have to do it that way. You can't just work on one thing and then the next thing. You sort of have to do that in a way. You got to, like, you can't be working on everything at the same time, but you're working on several things, and focusing on one thing at a particular time, and eventually, you get further and further advanced, and then because you've already had that success with breakthroughs, and I've had that myself. About a month ago, I had that breakthrough with re-regulating my nervous system, and it all just clicked. So the things that got me triggered in the last few weeks were so heavy that even me trying to re-regulate using the techniques I've learned, they were too big a triggers, so they didn't really work. But the smaller stuff, I'm able to deal with, and deal with it when it happens. So it means I'm not losing, even though, like I said at the start of the stream, I lost 2 days last week, and the week before that I lost 3 days or something like that, where I couldn't get anything done, and I was really just triggered and in this horrible state for the whole day, sort of thing. And then I'd had insomnia and all this stuff, but I had that breakthrough, which means that it means I wasn't triggered the whole week. I only lost 2 days instead of 4 days or 5 days. So for me, it's such a major thing. So yes, brother, we'll keep each other accountable, and we'll be doing this sober. We'll stay sober, and we'll keep working on all this stuff. Like you're saying, you're going to get back into meditation every day. I'm going to be doing my mindfulness every day, and it's the same thing, it's mindfulness is another form of meditation. But I've never actually properly learned meditation. I do it. I do intuitive sort of meditation where I'll just sit and clear my mind or focus or whatever. But now that I'm really actually learning these techniques properly, I've got to develop this skill. So yeah, you think in 6 months I'm going to be I'll be a whole new person. I'll be so strong, and everyone here will be like, look, and we'll all have progressed in that time as well. Red Rose will be back playing guitar every day. you know. We'll all be doing whatever it is we can be doing. We've all got our own things that we're working on. So Crusoe says your poetry is so powerful. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate it. Like that last one I wrote when I did that 2 videos back when I was talking about gaslighting, surviving gaslighting. That was pretty therapeutic for me to write that one. It was like, you know, that was one I'd written only just before the actual stream. Like I wrote it and just finished it, and then thought, I'm going to do this stream and just talk about my experiences in the past with gaslighting and how, you know, how damaging it is, you know, and that's what the poem was about. So thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Gives me a reason to keep writing my poetry. You know, it's a great outlet. You know, sometimes I write dark or sad stuff, you know, but then sometimes I write happy stuff. So that's what I love about it. You can, you know, Red Rose, she's an amazing poet, and she writes this really deep, emotional poetry and really beautiful stuff about nature and everything. But sometimes her poems will have this sadness to it, or a pain aspect, or a melancholy, but it's still beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, and then she'll have these other poems that are just describing the beauty of nature, you know. So if you find Red Rose Poetess on Instagram, if you're on Instagram, Crusoe, check out her stuff. It's on Instagram. She does awesome stuff as well. INFJ says, Rose, wow, I love yoga, but I never do it. Yeah, I've never really done yoga myself either. Like I do stretching and things like that. And I do one thing I like doing is balance training, and that's so like walking along the top of like a fallen log, walking back and forth along it, sort of balancing. That's a really fun thing I like doing, and I want to get back into that because it's really good for your fitness, because you're using your whole body to keep balance while you're walking on this. And eventually, once when I do it regularly, I walk forwards and I can walk backwards on a log, balancing on a log, and the log sometimes moves a bit. So it's like a uneven thing, and like you do it for like 20 minutes, and then afterwards you're exhausted because you've used all your muscles in your whole body to stay balanced, and it's pretty cool. So I've never done yoga. But yoga nidra, INFJ, is more meditation. So you'll really like this. So Red Rose is going to email you, and she's going to send you this audio file of her yoga nidra, and you're going to be able to like chill out to it and relax. It'll help you get to sleep, or you'll be able to just zone out to it and really go deep. You know, and because it's a guided meditation, you're listening to her with she's taking you through it. So it's pretty awesome and very powerful. So yeah, INFJ Ultra Hayaka continues. Rose, cool, thanks. This is exciting, you know, because it's a really great thing that she made. Red Rose Poetess says, yeah, INFJ, this is a relaxation yoga. Red Rose continues, INFJ, yoga nidra is called sleep yoga. That's it. it's a yoga you do lying down in bed. You know, you basically should be lying down when you do it, and get real comfortable. You know, get a cushion, get a blanket. You don't need a blanket, but like get as comfortable as you can, and then press play and just listen. And it's very similar to like with mindfulness, doing body scan, because what you're doing, I'm not going to say too much because I want you to, you'll get the, Red Rose is going to send you this audio, and you're going to hear it. So I don't want to give too much away. I want you to just experience it. So I've been chatting so long, I've somehow like I'll quickly go through the chat so I'll catch up. Yeah, Crusoe says, yeah, I'm confident you can do it, INFJ. INFJ says, sorry, I'm distracted by consumption. That's it. We all get distracted by it. I get distracted with this stuff, and I get distracted and I start chatting, and then suddenly like the chat's like been going on for ages, and I've got to catch up. After I'd caught up, it's now like Red Rose says, yeah, one session of yoga nidra equals the equivalent of 3 hours of sleep. That's amazing. See, that's how powerful it is. So you can really like replenish your body or rest, you know. So it really helps, especially if you've got insomnia or something like that. INFJ says, yeah, I'm late for the sandwich. Ultra Hayoka says, thanks, Crusoe. Big thumbs up. Red Rose says, yeah, INFJ, listen to the session through once before practicing it. And note that there is very long intentional pauses throughout. So that's the whole thing. I think it goes for half an hour or so. And so you'll hear Red Rose. She'll say like 2 sentences, and then she won't say anything for 30 seconds or a minute. And so you're getting more and more relaxed, and then she'll guide you through the next bit, and it's awesome. And Red Rose continues, and when you practice it, don't stop until I tell you to open your eyes at the very end. That's it. INFJ Yoga Nidra helps with anxiety, addictions, etc. Best practice is at least 3 or more times a week. Red Rose says, oh, thank you, Luke. Yeah, no worries. Like I've gotten a lot out of this, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna listen to it tonight now. It's reminding me. I'm gonna write this down so I remember to do it. I'm gonna put it onto my phone, and then it'll be there on my phone. So I've got that written down to do. Crusoe says, good night, everyone. Love you all. Yeah, good night, Crusoe. Likewise, brother. Just remember, email me, and we'll organise this bushwalk in the next 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. I've got a lot going on at the moment, but this is really going to help me out a lot. It's helping me trial what I want to do for work, and we'll get to go on a bushwalk. So it's awesome. We got someone new in the room saying hello. Sussy, how you going, mate? Can anybody explain what is CPTSD? Yeah, absolutely. That's a good question. It stands for complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and you can get it as an adult. But it's most common where you have developed it as a child. So you've had, and it can be any number of things that have caused it. It can be emotional abuse, physical abuse, traumatic events, lots of things, neglect, bullying. That's part of my CPTSD is bullying. And so it's either one or a few things, and they've been in your life for an extended period of time, and usually as a child. And so what's happened is as you're young, when you're young and you're developing, your brain's developing and everything's developing, it actually affects the development of your brain. It affects the development of your nervous system. And what happens is you become dysregulated. So everyone has things like anxiety, and everyone has gone through trauma themselves in some forms. But people who've got CPTSD have gone through more extreme trauma, and for a long period of time. So it might be like half your childhood has been affected because of certain things going on in your life. And then what happens is it sticks with you. Once you then get stuck with having flashbacks. Sometimes people don't get flashbacks, but what they get are trauma responses. So someone will say something, they'll get triggered by someone's facial expressions or the way they speak or being in a certain situation. And what it does is your whole body shuts down. It either becomes hypervigilant, hypersensitive, or it shuts down and you become dissociated. So you'll either become super afraid, and your heart rate will go up. You'll have adrenaline going through your body, and so a classic example of someone who's got CPTSD is someone who grew up in a war zone and they experienced extreme trauma as a child. They might be a refugee, you know what I mean? And so it's affected them. And so then as they become adults, their body is constantly going in and out of, it's not being able to regulate properly. So there's ways to heal it, and that's what we talk about here on this channel. Is we talk about how we can share the techniques that we're doing. That's why we're talking about doing meditation and things like that, because they are things that can help. And I'm learning mindfulness. That's a thing that can help. And you can actually do these therapies that repair, like with you can have your nervous system damaged or stunted, but you can correct that by building up strength and learning how to deal with the triggers. The other thing you have to do in order to heal is you have to process these trauma it's held in the body. It's always going to be there unless you have to process it. And so there's so many different ways that you can process it. And depending on what happened to the particular person could be what you do to heal. So what CPTSD does to the individual is, there's two responses, which is fight or flight or freeze. So there's really four: fight, fright, freeze, or fawn. And so fight is you've been triggered and you become reactive because of all the things that happen to you when you're a child. So it's built into your so someone will say something or do something and you will then react to it, right? Most of the time it's other responses. So you go into a fright. So someone does something or you're triggered by something and it puts your body into a fright mode. So it's like you become anxious, and like your heart rate goes up, and then things like your blood flow changes, your brain your amygdala at your brain stem disconnects from your cerebral cortex, the main part of the brain. So blood flow stops flowing between the two parts of you in your brain. So it stops you from being able to think properly. You freeze. That's fright, and that happens with a lot of the responses. But then, and then that's why I was mentioning too, like with fright, like your body gets filled with adrenaline and things like that. Then you can go into freeze, so you shut down. So it's like your parasympathetic nervous system goes into effect, and it shuts you down. So you can't think properly. You can't process emotions, and you can't do any, like it literally shuts you down. It's sort of like when an animal gets frightened, and then instead of like running away, it freezes and stays still. That's what's happening to the same thing as what happens to the human body in that situation. And then the fourth response is called fawn, and so that is like you become a people pleaser. You start acting over exuberant towards other people because you've been triggered. So an example of that is like suddenly you're apologizing for everything. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got this bottle of water and I'm making noise. Oh, sorry, oh, this, like, or you're running around trying to please people, and that's the response. Your body gets stuck in this fawn response. And so they're the four main things that happen to you when you get triggered, and you get triggered from all different stuff. There's ways of processing it, but you can also get CPTSD as an adult. Your body is already developed by that stage, so you don't have the same thing as having been stunted in a way. So yeah, prolonged trauma. So you've gone through trauma for an extended period of time, and it can be multiple types of trauma, or it can be one or two things, but for a long period of time. And it affects your whole body. It affects your nervous system. It makes things difficult. So people who suffer from CPTSD often self-medicate by taking drugs, alcohol, cannabis, and all different types of drugs. So they can become addicted. So they can have an addictive nature. So they're things that they have to deal with. Because their body gets dysregulated, and it shuts down on them all the time. It can affect their work, their study, their relationships. If you've got CPTSD and you get triggered, you're having a conversation with your partner or a friend or a work colleague, and you're halfway through the conversation, you get triggered, and then you can't think anymore. You become useless. And when you get triggered, it can have such a strong effect. You can be triggered for days, weeks, months at a time. So I've had times where I was continually getting triggered, and I was never getting back to a regulated state. So people without CPTSD also do have dysregulation. Like, it's something that all humans have with our nervous system. But because we've gone through extreme trauma and over for such a long period of time, and there are so many different things that can trigger us, it makes our lives very difficult. So I hope that explains what it is, because it has a physical effect on you, but it is curable. It's reversible, but it takes a lot of work, and you need to work out how to actually go about it. Not many therapists are experts at it, so it's what we're finding is that we're having to do it ourselves. We're having to learn how to do it ourselves. I'm getting a lot of help from a um, center, trauma center in Australia that offer free counselling and guidance. And I'm reading their literature. I'm also reading lots of books, and I'm studying mindfulness, because mindfulness is all about re-regulating your nervous system. And there's lots of therapies that you can do to rebuild and repair the damage that has been done to your nervous system. So, um, with so an easy way to explain it is someone who has PTSD may have been violently attacked at some point in their life. They've been beaten up and mugged. Someone stole from them and beat them up, and it was a really traumatic event. And so it might have happened at a particular place, like in a park. So every time this person goes near a park, their heart rate starts going up, and they start freaking out because it's bringing them back. And so that's PTSD. Same with war veterans. They have PTSD. They get PTSD, and it's they be triggered by the certain sounds, because it takes them back to when they were in a war and things were exploding around. People were getting blown up and dying in front of them. So an example is a Vietnam vet might see meat on a barbecue getting cooked, and they flash back, because it takes them back to like when they saw human people that had been torn to bits in war, or they hear a car backfiring, and that sound reminds them of explosions or gunfire. With CPTSD, everyone's trauma is individual to themselves, to what they went through, and often it's multiple things, and it's affected them as for a certain period within their whole childhood. Sometimes it's a few years, sometimes it's many years, sometimes it's only a few things, but they were very serious things. In my case, it's lots of some things that were extreme, and some things were sort of not so extreme, but they happened over a long period of time. Like bullying, being bullied and harassed when I was a kid. But because there was all these other things that happened to me in my childhood, it all built up, and so things become overwhelming. So it affects your life. It makes things really difficult to succeed in life with work, because what happens is you lose your functions, your executive function in your brain. You stop being able to think. You become hyper vigilant, hypersensitive. So it affects everyone. It affects different people in different ways. So people who have had a lot of emotional abuse and narcissistic abuse then have triggers in social settings, which can set them off. And then once your body's dysregulated, everything gets affected. Your stomach, you can't eat properly. your blood isn't flowing properly, your brain's not working properly, you know, you can't think properly. It's a horrible thing, but it's reversible, it's fixable. It takes a lot of work, and it takes many years. I've only just sort of in this. I have been working on sort of ways of trying to let go of trauma over years, many years. But I didn't. This was long before I actually started learning, how researching, and getting support from experts that taught me techniques. And so on this channel, often we share with each other particular books to read, YouTube channels that have got really good talks that explain ways you can deal with it. It is fixable, reversible, heal. You can heal from it, but it takes a lot of work. But when you do have breakthroughs, and the more you build up your strength, the more you can deal with things more. So I hope that explains it. So the complex, C stands for complex. It's complex. Lots of things. It's not just one thing. So PTSD is one thing. Complex PTSD is complex, and it's lots of things. And it's all different depending on what the individual has. So thank you for that question. It's good to be able to explain that. Red Rose says, yeah, I'll share with anyone on here who would like the yoga nidra. Yeah, totally. If anyone on here wants to have a copy of Red Rose's yoga nidra, get in contact with her, and she'll send it to you. She's got it on her Google Drive or something, so she'll send you a link and you can download it. You know, and anything on Google Drive's got like virus scan, so it's all good. So get in contact with Red Rose. She's on Instagram, so you can. She's also got email, but I don't know whether she wants to share her email address here. But if you can find her on Instagram, she wants to share with you her yoga nidra. It's an audio MP3 or WAV file that you can listen to on your phone or on your computer or whatever. But yeah, Sussy Games 66. I hope I answered your question. What is CPTSD? Ultra Herica says, Rose, okay, I will listen to with the prayers. Red Rose says, amazing, Luke. Thank you. Red Rose says, INFJ, awesome. Crusoe says, yeah, good night, everyone. Love you all. So I'm just catching up on the chat. So I think we all said good night to Crusoe, and likewise when this happened, I'm only just because I went on that explanation for a while. Like I'm only just catching up with the chat now. Yeah, INFJ Ultra Erica says, yeah, Sussy, complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Sussy says, okay, thank you. INFJ Ultra Erica says, Crusoe, much love, brother, with a big heart. INFJ Ultra Erica says, yeah, Sussy, you're welcome. INFJ says, Luke, I lost an entire week. Yeah, that's it. That's what happens, Sussy. You lose time. You become incapacitated. You can be bedridden from it, you know. Ultra Hayoka says, yeah, Luke, meditation is easy for me, but doing it regularly is not easy. That's absolutely, I understand that. And that's I totally get that. It's developing the habit is a big thing, and then keeping it up. So Sam's here because you disappeared for a while, Sam. Good to see you back, mate. Sam Likes Fruit says, the moon I saw last night, is that your moon coming up, or was it your moon yesterday? I wonder if you saw the red moon or last night, or maybe we'll see it tonight. Well, we had last week we had a blue moon, or it's got another name. Not a blue moon, it was a sturgeon moon. And it was one of those moons where the moon's actually closest to the earth. It's very rare. That was when we had the full moon last week. So I don't know what phase it's in at the moment. So it's going away. Yeah. So I don't know. That's an interesting question. But there is that thing, red moon. I'll look it up. So this was back on last week, and it was like on the 19th or the 20th. It was the 20th here when we had it, and it was a super moon or a blue moon that we had. So, but it's not saying anything here about red moon. Oh yeah, so yes, blue moon is also known as blood moon, and it does have an orangey red tinge to it. So yeah, we did have last week a pretty awesome full moon. Ultra Herrica says, yeah, the teacher David Parrish inspired me to do it again. He's in my real non-duality playlist. So yeah, David, I'm gonna write that down. INFJ to see. This is what this channel's all about. We're sharing stuff that works and music, books, and this is like a yoga teacher. David Parrish. Definitely checking that out. Red Rose is back. She says, okay, I left for a bit. So she was Red Rose left, but she sent INFJ an email, which is like got a link, so that and that link will be to her Yoga Nidra audio file of Google Drive. So you'll be able to download it, INFJ, and you'll be able to listen to it tonight. Red Rose says, thank you, Luke. Oh, I'm so far behind in the chat. This is what happens when I did that explanation about CPTSD for a few minutes. Ultra Hayoka says rose with the gemstone. I sent it to INFJ. Red Rose says, hello, Saucy, with the roses. INFJ with the roses. Red Rose says, Crusoe, good night, with the moon faces. Red Rose says, hello, Sam. Sam Likes Fruit says, hello, Red. INFJ says, no, Red Rose says INFJ, and she's just got this whole bunch of sandwiches. So Red Rose says, Sam with the smiley faces. Sam says, yeah, are they sandwiches? I'm starving. I'm starting to get hungry too now. Like, I just had lunch today. That's all I ate. I did have my bowl of fruit this morning. It's only a small bowl of fruit, but it's like, I used to never eat breakfast. I used to do morning fast, and I would only eat at 12 or 1 o'clock in the daytime. But since, that sort of changed, and now I have fruit in the morning. Red Rose says, yeah, Sam, INFJ is making sandwiches. Sam Likes Fruit says, oh, I'm jealous. Red Rose says, yeah, and I'm making milkshakes. I'll make some more for everyone in the chat. Yeah, Sam, Red Rose been making like milkshakes and sending us the emojis. So we've been getting virtual milkshakes from Red Rose, made from homemade ice cream. So it's been pretty nice. INFJ says, Sam, yeah, I got real lucky with free food from the food sharing fridge this time. So you got some good stuff, man. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. Ultra Hacker continues, Sam. So there's special moon these days. Yeah, that's the thing. I looked it up. We had a blue blood moon last week. We had a full moon. That was last week, I think. INFJ says Rose with the smiley face with the tongue sticking out. Red Rose says INFJ sandwiches. Red Rose says Sam, yes, the blue moon. It was awesome. We did a live stream that night where we were sending well wishes to our friend, and I hope she's doing really well. I hope she's doing good now. We're still thinking about her, and she'll be back in the chat sometime in the future. And we're still sending our thoughts and well wishes that she's doing okay. Sam Likes Fruit says, cool. I don't understand the other question. Sorry. Red is special, and it was Grinning Moon, eerie. Yeah, I don't get it either. Like, the blue moon, I forget where the name comes from, but it's. I thought a blue moon was when you get 2 full moons in the calendar month. So it's rare, because usually, like, the full moon will always skip, within a month. You don't get 2 in the same month very often. But a super moon is I think when the moon in its orbit gets closer to the Earth, and it happens rarely. So I don't know. I could look this stuff up, but every time I do that, I get too far behind in the chat. So Sam Likes Fruit says blue. Well, I must be colorblind. Yeah, I don't get it, blue or red, and Red Rose says, yeah, Sam, you are correct. Sam's got the smiley face. Red Rose says, it's called the blue moon, but most of all the photos I saw of it is red. So that's it. And I think it's red because it's closest to the Earth. I think that's something to do with the reflection of the light. Red Rose says, yes, and it was red for me too. Red Rose says, INFJ, we just had a very rare moon. We did. It was extreme. It is an extremely powerful moon. It was. Sam says, yes, it was. Oh, sorry, it was. Excuse me. It was, yes. Amazing camera can't do justice to it at all. Yeah, I mean, my dream is to get a 200 millimeter lens for this camera, so I can take photos of the moon. but they cost a couple of $100 to get like a cheap one, and I've got no money for the next like 3 months, so it might not be for 6 months or so before I can afford to get it. But that's something I want to do, is buy this lens so I can put it on my camera and take photos of the moon. Because every time you take a photo of the moon's only this tiny little speck. But with a zoom lens, you get photos of the moon and it's huge, and you can see all the craters and everything. INFJ says, Rose, brah, it still amazes, as Americans always say, me to this day, that a spoiled only child raised by narcissistic parents can have the same symptoms as someone who grew up in a war zone. Continue. That's it. And there's all different things that can cause it. So everyone's got different traumas. INFJ's got the smiley grinny face. Red Rose says, yeah, okay, I'm losing connection. So I think you're still here though. You must be dropping in and out. Because says ... with this grin face, and then says Rose with like it's sort of like a wireframe globe, which is pretty cool. Red Rose says, yeah, if y'all can see this, I enjoyed visiting with y'all as usual. Take care, everyone, and try have a good week. I'll catch you next time. Sending each one of you much love and light with roses. That's from Red Rose Poultice. Good night, Rose. Thanks for being here. It's been an awesome chat tonight. We're probably going to end this chat soon. I'm going to probably end the stream soon myself. I need to get something to eat. I'm pretty hungry. All of these sandwiches and milkshakes has like made me realize I need to get something to eat. And we've had a really great chat tonight. You know, it's just, again, we just have these awesome chats, and we just we have fun, talk about all different stuff, and we're inspiring each other. INFJ's got like the yoga nidra sent to him from Red Rose. And Ultra Hayoka says Rose with the hearts, you know, many hearts, 3 hearts, saying, yeah, Red Rose is sending back the 3 roses. Red Rose says as the 3 hearts and then the 3 hugs. INFJ's got the eyes doing the eye thing. I love that emoji, with the eyes going. It's pretty classic. I haven't had emojis for like 6 years with my old phone. You know, my old phone, so basic, it didn't even have emojis. So now I've got a smartphone again. It's like, it's a whole new world. I'm sending emojis to people. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I am actually enjoying having a smartphone again after not having one I enjoyed not having one for 6 years. It was really good. INFJ does the double eyes emoji. So I love that stuff, you know, and I love how these chats makes me happy, lifts my mood. We have a great time. So it is, we've hit 3 hours and 4 minutes. So I think I'm probably going to end the stream here. So I don't know who's still here. Red Rose has just left. INFJ, Ultra Hayoka, brother, we'll chat soon. Have an awesome week. Keep doing what you're doing. Sam likes fruit. If you're still here, thanks for being here, brother. We'll look forward to seeing you again next time. INFJ says, as soon as I can move, I think, yeah, as soon as I can move, I'll have one more coffee. INFJ says, yeah, but then I'll lay down in a bit. And when you do, remember, check your email, download Red Rose's Yoga Nidra onto your phone so you can lay down and do the guided meditation, man. You can do that tonight. So she sent you the link already. So yeah. INFJ Ultra Hayoka says, okay, you too, brother, with the big heart. Thanks, brother. You know. And like we were talking about before, we're doing this staying sober 6 months. Big thumbs up here, man. Yeah, you will. Yeah, I'm going to do it too. I've got the Yoga Nidra on my computer already, so I'm going to listen to it tonight going to sleep. It's going to help me get to sleep. So, good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. We've had another awesome chat. Next week, it might be at a different time. It might be so America gets more of a chance to not be like 3 or 4 in the morning. But we'll see. It seems to work good. I keep doing it at the same time every year, 6 o'clock my time. And, so, yeah. INFJ Ultra says, it's such a blessing to have this support. Well, that's awesome. And it is, I say the same thing too, brother. And it is such a blessing to have you as a friend and the support I'm getting from all of you. We're all supporting each other. It's we're having fun. We're having good chats. We're having a good time. I've had a great time tonight. So I'm just going to end the stream here and we'll do it again. I might not do any streams this week, but there'll be some sunrise, sunset videos. And then next week, this around the same time, we'll do a live stream. We'll do this again next week. Awesome. Ultra Hair has the big heart. Yep. That's awesome. Thanks, everyone.